welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Show. That I am the Governor of College Football, and with me, as always, my co-pilot Jalen Wilson. Jalen, ain't this the part of the year that they call like the OFF season?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't celebrate it, but that's what they call it. It's called the OFF season. Talk to me about your thoughts, Indiana, in case you missed it, in case you've been sleeping under a rock. But if you watch this show, you already know what's going on. Indiana completes the perfect season, 16-0, national champions. And even though I know some of your reactions from the game, shout out to our dog Dante from ECG, because we both was in that live stream the other day with the call-in. But talk to me about some of your overall reactions from the national championship game.
It was very good. I mean, that block field goal, block punt seemed to be the difference. It, listen, I hope y'all are gonna do. I hope y'all are
stay warm.
Oh yeah,
that Miami season ends with the Carson back pick in a rented stadium in front of 65% IU crowd. The U is
that was a big thing too.
Yep.
Like it was a home game technically, but it didn't seem like a home game.
Yeah.
Indiana fans showed up. By the way, Indiana people in college football, Mark Cuban has nothing to do with the building of this roster. He would have something to do with the building of next roster. He did not care about Indiana football until they made the playoffs. Just to let y'all know. For anybody showing up, because I see people talking about, oh man, how's Indiana doing this? And people are like, Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban didn't care about Indiana football until like a couple weeks ago.
If they worried about Mark Cuban's money, what about Phil Knight and his support of Oregon, and they still couldn't get it done? That's when we start to have casual conversations. Those very same people, they won't be here with us for the next 220 plus days. They'll come back in August. August 1st is National Casual Day. The casuals are coming, and they'll be back then. But that is stupid talk.
But overall, I thought this game was a good game. Really good defensive game. Had really good flashes of offense. First half, he wasn't really too in tune with, like, if you were an offensive guy, you wasn't really, too in tune with the output because the offenses were at some point garbage. But offenses in second half really kicked it up. I feel like Miami was the better team. Honestly, to be honest with you. Overall, I feel like Miami was a better team in that game. I feel like it was just that block punt.
What made you say that?
I feel like offensively they had. I feel like they had a little more juice.
Okay.
They just had a little more juice on offense. I feel like the defense wasn't really too far apart. Indiana's defense played a little bit better than Miami's defense, but I don't feel like the defenses were crazy, like lopsided. Like they were. To me, they were kind of even. Indiana had a 52% better. Had a 50, like if it was at 100, Miami was 50. Miami was what 47,
48.
Oh, 48, yeah, and Indiana was 52. Like
right.
Like I don't feel like it was a big gap. I feel like Miami's offense in the second half was a lot better than Indiana's, but yeah, I feel like that block punt was the big difference. Good game though. Mendoza didn't impress me. People say Carson Beck shouldn't have made that throw. I get what, like, it would have had to kind of been perfect for it to be a touchdown because that safety was coming over, but I can see where that throw is complete. But yeah, that meant through as people was calling on the app called Twitter. People was like, yeah, that meant through a meatball sub. Like,
I think a lot of times people don't understand what happened. They thought they were going to get a cover 2 look. It was a cover 2.
They did. It was cover 2, but nobody was in the flat.
It was no flat defender, and he was just in trail technique like you would do in a cover 2 man. You're in trail technique because you got over the top help. So it was just a great play.
And I didn't know his arm was injured before people.
And that's the type of stuff I don't feel like hearing. I don't want to hear that. Like,
people were saying like he's been dealing with an arm injury and ain't been right for 2 years
like a boxer
or whatever.
After a fight talking about his hand been hurt. Like, bro,
yeah,
it's the sport, bro. Your hand's 100% going to hurt, bro. Like you have no choice over that. Who jumped off of the screen to you? Also, I want to shout out Brian Bosarge of Draft Countdown. One, he just released. I don't know if it was a 7-round mock because he's crazy like that, but he did predict Ruben Bain accepting the invite. He's connected, so he did predict Ruben Bang accepting the invite to Senior Bowl, which he has accepted. I think he accepted yesterday.
But he's probably not gonna do workouts, right? Because he doesn't really need to.
Not he loves. From what I hear, he just loves football, and he's just gonna participate anyway.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, him and Messidor accepted invites. So shout out to Brian Bosarge. He gave us that tidbit on Monday. He told us that they will be in Mobile for sure. But yeah, what were some of your the players who jumped off of the screen? For me, Aiden Fisher was one of those guys.
Yeah, sure. Aiden Fisher. I feel like he's gonna be like a 3rd, 4th round pick, but he's gonna produce like to a high 2nd round, 1st round level at some point in the NFL. Omar Cooper.
Yep.
Charlie Becker.
Yeah.
Mark Fletcher definitely jumped off the screen. People was roasting him. Number 24 for Miami, the DB. If I'm not mistaken, he's a freshman.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go to their roster.
He people were roasting him. I was like, he didn't do terrible. I think he was the one that Charlie Becker caught those 2 passes on. And it wasn't like it was bad coverage.
Somebody on a back shoulder pass, bro? Like that's what we're doing now?
Like Charlie Becker just made 2 really great catches.
Yeah.
So
that's when I
started
talking about him. Frustrated with people, bro.
Yeah, so I'm like, people talking bad about him, but I'm like, I don't think he necessarily played terrible. Like
Ethan O'Connor.
Yeah. Also been seeing some talks about since this game is put a light on D'Angelo Pons, and I've been seeing discourse about, I don't know if you have, but it's cornerback 1 really hold up in the NFL. The fact that he's 5'8", 174.
I've seen that. I don't agree with it. But I see
the hype thing now for.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. Because you can't touch these receivers.
I see the concerns, but I feel like he's yeah. I see the concerns, but I feel like he's good enough to where he'll make it at some point in the NFL. Like, even if he's not a bona fide star,
I don't think
he's still going to be good.
I'm sorry, CB1. I just don't agree with that one. That's crazy. I'm taking a healthy Jamal McCoy over him. And then the kid Mansour at LSU, I like him over Pons as well.
What about Terrell Clemson? I was going to say first name, but I know
Avion Terrell. Yeah. I like him too. Like to me, Pons is physical. He's really aggressive at the point of attack. He's not afraid to go get tackles, but to me, I think his pathway in the NFL is at the slot. And you can't make money in the slot. Like Marlon Humphrey that made a lot of money in the slot. So I'm not saying he's going to be a good corner, but to me, when I look at a cornerback 1, there's a guy that's on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't think as a slot you could be a cornerback 1.
Well, that's my overall thoughts about the game, people that jumped off the screen.
Yeah. I like that. So another thing I want to talk to you about, I kind of saw this on the internet swirling, and some people were saying that Curt Cignetti is the coach that we all wanted Deion Sanders to be.
I've seen some of that kind of conversation too. There was the big tweet was, which I don't know if you saw it. It was somebody said that if Curt did this in 2 years, why couldn't Prime do it in 2 years? And that's why I saw the Mark Cuban comment, and I was like, Mark Cuban wouldn't even he didn't care about IU football.
I think there's just a certain group of people that's going to hate no matter what. The people that hate Shador hate no matter what. Like they don't care. Like they just hate him. And a lot of it is like sometimes I watch them talk and listen to them try to come up with sound explanations for it, but it's just not, it just doesn't make sense. There were a lot of things that Deion Sanders has done wrong in his time in Boulder. We have expressed that on this show a million times about not doing the in-home visits. He's not quite the attention to detail guy that Curt Cignetti is, but also we got to see Curt Cignetti before he got to Bloomington. I got to see him at JMU. Did I think he'll have this type of success? No. Did I think he'll be successful? Yes. Did I think they'll repeat? kind of what they were able to do last year? No, because it's difficult to do in college football.
Especially at a school like Indiana.
At a school, right, with lack of resources, but now the resources have begun to be plentiful. So I don't know. I just think we live in an era of like hate. Like, think about it. When's the last time you went out, right? Normally, like, when you grow up, I don't know how I say this. I'm going to just say it. You know what I'm saying? When you grow up in the atmospheres that you and I grew up in, you lock eye contact with somebody, you nod your head, or you say hello, or you say
like
it's a natural thing.
Hello.
You have no clue every day how many people I say what's up to, and they just keep it walking. But they don't look like us, and they ain't from the same walks of life that we are from. That's the only way I know how to say it. So I don't know. Like, I just think we just live in this era of hating. Like, we live in an era of hating. We live in an era of everybody has all of a sudden become an expert. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like some people have a PhD in hating, and they're not, you know what I'm saying? And they just been hating their whole life. So Deion Sanders, yes, there's a lot of things he needs to correct. Same thing with the Shedeur Sanders. I think why I get frustrated with people with the Shedeur Sanders things is hold everybody to that same accountability. That's all I ask. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Cam Ward gets a pass, though. You know what I'm saying? For the season that he had this past year. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's the number one pick.
Yeah, he's the number one pick, right? Tyler Shuck, all of a sudden it's amazing. After we seen him, 6-7+ years in college, so now he's amazing. Bro.
Yeah, but if I say I'm not bought in on Tyler Shuck hype, I'm hating.
You're a hater, right? But if we say, oh, we're fans of Shedeur, oh, it's because we're black. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We just live in that generation.
And I'm not the. I wasn't the biggest Shedeur guy when he was in college. I thought he was a good quarterback. I was like, I thought he was clearly the second best quarterback, at least in the draft when he was in there.
100%. I agree with you. 100%.
Yeah. I just couldn't get behind like Kevin Stefanski putting Dylan Gabriel in there over him. I'm like, I watched them both in college. I'm like, I thought it was clear that
we
Shedeur
were
was
fans
better
of
than him.
both. Like when Dylan Gabriel was at UCF, I was singing praises.
Well, I was sort of fan
for the kid.
Yeah, I missed Dylan Gabriel UCF when he went to the higher levels. I was like, he's good.
I'll never forget that. But to me, when you put the tape on and you actually watch college football, to me there was a clear difference between Shedeur and a lot of these cats. But let's get back on.
Like, I went to the. Okay.
Go ahead.
I went to the gym one day, and this dude, me and him over the summer was talking. Me and a group of people was all in the gym talking one day, and I see him again as the season's getting ready to wrap up. The regular season's getting ready to wrap up for NFL, and I was like, he said to me, he was like, I told you Shedeur ain't no franchise quarterback. I was like, I never said he was a franchise quarterback. I was like, I just said he's better than Dylan Gabriel.
Now we're moving goalposts. Now we moving goalposts. Like, and that's what people do, bro. They constantly move goalposts. But when he had the game he had against Tennessee, he didn't win a game. Like, it's just always something.
And he had his moments of good. And he had moments of bad.
Yeah, but he's a rookie quarterback for a team that needs a bunch of help offensively.
It's the Browns. I don't know what you expect.
Yeah, it's the Cleveland Browns. But like when you break a record that's like, you breaking franchise records as a rookie quarterback, you're doing something right. I just don't agree with the hating. And like there are certain conversations with the Shedeur thing. You'll see me. I will not invest in them. I won't say too because you don't come from where I come from. So we can't speak on this. You know what I'm saying? Like this and it. So like people try to have those conversations with me. We can't have those conversations, bro. You not from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Is Curt Cignetti the best coach in college football?
I don't want to give him that title yet. Why?
Still Kirby?
And that's the reason why. Because remember Kirby won back-to-back. People was claiming him as the best coach in college football. Now he's had like a little bit of a slump. And you would probably have some people that change their minds.
Curt Cignetti is the best coach in college football. What he's been able to do in Bloomington over 2 years, twice playoff appearances, and the best conference in college football. I don't want to hear it anymore from the SEC, bro. I know your gauntlet is tough. I know what you did to your schedule this year is amazing. But the toughest the toughest conference in college football is the Big Ten. They've won 3 back-to-back national championships. If it isn't a sign of the times, then I don't know what it is. But here's what's impressive about Curt Cignetti. He done it in Bloomington. When's the last time Indiana has been a little bit successful, where they had a high value bowl game. Like
It was the Penix year
it was
when
the
they was
Penix year, right? Right,
when they
right
were
before
ranked.
he transferred to
Before that, it was
yeah.
probably like in the 90s, I think.
Yeah,
When I
are
did
we
my
talking
video
about
about
the
him.
Antoine Randall L? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Years, but you have to go back, far time. So when we think about resources, like in basketball, the resources once upon a time were plentiful at Bloomington during, the late great Bobby Knight was there. But in football, this is so difficult to do. There's not another coach in the country that could have went to Indiana and yielded the same success that Curt Cignetti yielded there. I don't care who you name, Jalen. Another coach couldn't do what he did. How you feel about that?
I agree, but I also, well, I don't know. In this area, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Because of the resources and everything. I think if this is 2013, he doesn't win a championship.
Agreed. Oh, outstanding take. Great point. Yes, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So, I feel like if you maybe you bring like a Saban, a Bowden, what's some more great coaches? Name off.
Saban, Bowden. We'll say Paterno, before the situation.
Yeah. You just bring up other
Urban
great coaches.
Meyer.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure Urban Meyer gets it done. Only because of the theatrics and the antics you got to deal with him. But
it
at
worked
one point in
with
time,
him.
he was one of the best coaches in football. But the resources were plentiful in Gainesville. The resources were plentiful in Columbus. We seen him do it at Utah, in all fairness. So he might have been able to do it. Urban Meyer might have been able to do it. But I don't know. I do believe he's the best coach in college football. I don't know if it's a recency thing or to me it's.
See, that's why I don't want to.
I've always said you have
that's
to.
why I don't want to say it just yet.
You've always had to recruit
Because I'm
out of
like,
high school.
is it? Yeah, that's true.
Right, and you look at what he's been able to do through the portal with 3- and 4-star guys, or sometimes guys that were afterthoughts, and what he was able to yield. And then you look at this class he has coming in next year. Next year will be his best team. And that's the scary part for me. So I do believe he's the best coach in college.
Yeah, I feel like
right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's just like the whole LeBron thing where whenever like LeBron was younger, people, Kobe's still better than him. LeBron has no championship just yet. He has no championship.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Or it's like when LeBron was older and people was like, hey, Jokic is right there. And LeBron fans don't want to give up that crown to be like, oh, he ain't better than LeBron just yet. Because he ain't do this, that, third. But, yeah, I don't know. Because it's like, was he the best coach this year? Yes, for sure. Is he the best coach in college football overall? I don't know. I don't know if I can give him that title just yet.
How many people
he's definitely in the top.
Over him?
It'll probably just be Kirby.
It's just
I feel
Kirby,
like that's the
right?
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. What he did to Landon twice this year, I don't want to hear it. I don't. I'm a Dan Landon guy, but what he done to him twice this year, like I said, I truly don't.
Miami fans gonna throw out Mario Cristobal. Mario Cristobal is not better than Curt Cignetti. Mario Cristobal is not better than Kirby Smart either.
Nah.
People gonna throw out Rondé. I don't think Rondé is all that super great.
Nah.
Feel like he gets it done in the NIL era, but I feel like in another era.
About Rondé. We're gonna learn an awful lot about Rondé next year.
Dan Lanning, he got blasted twice by Indiana. Conversation over. He also got blasted by Georgia a couple times. It is conversation over with that. I don't know what other coaches you can really. I can't think of off the top of my head. DeBoer, no. Got blasted by Indiana too. I guess if you want to go the whole route of dual, you can't even go the whole route of dual less talent because it's not like Indiana has like a crazy talent pool to where they have 5 and 4 stars everywhere. They don't. So, yeah. But I'm not gonna disagree with you. I just don't know if I'm ready to put them on that pedestal yet.
Right. Let's see what happens next year. Let's
see
what happens.
I also feel like that's also a disservice to what he just did this year too.
Yeah, like I don't, to go 16-0, and either of the super conferences in the Big Ten or the SEC, I think that's really difficult to do. You remember, Dabo was saying that before the season would start. Before the season started, but My apologies. Will we ever see this again? Like the undefeated national champion?
I think somewhere down the line.
Okay.
Don't know when, but somewhere down the line. It's gonna happen again. I mean, it's happened before, I guess, in like the 40s or some crazy stuff like that. I don't know. It was like a 16-0 national champion back in like 1942 or something. I think before it was color TV.
Yeah,
So
it was definitely before color TV right there.
yeah, with college football, if it's anything before some of the 90s, it's a toss up in my head. So
I asked this question to Nino and Jared Gray the other day when we did our watch party. Where do you rank this season all time?
it's not better than the 07 season. I don't know if it's better than the 14 season, 13-14 season.
That's interesting. Is
Um,
it the nostalgia though? Because I think it's better.
I think it could somewhat be. It's probably some in there, but at the same time, I don't know. Um, I don't know. I would have to look at other seasons too to see.
It's
I don't know much
second for
about
me.
that. Like I don't know much about the 03-04 season.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That was BCS era, fun years, but you didn't always get the best matchups sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Some teams get slated like we had Auburn. You know what I'm saying? So for me, yes, this is the second best
I
season
feel like
of
that's
all time.
the 2017-18 season was pretty good too.
Yeah, that one was fire.
That was the one where Alabama lost. Auburn was number one for a while, if I'm not mistaken. UCF was undefeated. Auburn was number one. They beat Georgia, beat Alabama, lost an SEC championship in the game, got knocked out of college football playoffs,
Yep.
got beat by UCF. Alabama and Georgia had the national championship game where Devontae Smith had the walk-off touchdown.
Yep. Tua comes in.
That was also the turnover chain season with Miami. Remember, they was back and then they lost.
They was hot. Like
They started out like
the
10-0
first-
and then they lost like the last three.
Yeah, it was an embarrassment. It was an embarrassment, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look back at some of the seasons.
I remember there was a string of weeks here, maybe like 1 through 5, 1 through 6. Just incredible college football upsets every week. So to me, it's second. So I want to switch gears a little bit here. I want to talk about this Darian Mensah situation. And we were talking about this a little bit yesterday, me and Nino. And I love kind of when me and Nino get a chance to spar, throw jabs at one another, kind of, give our takes on stuff. It's elite. So, and it's the same way with you. So I want to talk to you about this. So there was a temporary restraining order granted on Wednesday, yesterday. A Durham County Superior Court judge issued a TRO preventing Darian Mensah from enrolling or licensing his name, image, and likeness, NIL, to another college until at least February 2nd. His transfer portal status. While Mensah is prohibited from transferring for now, the judge noted he can still technically enter the NCAA transfer portal. And I believe this is the student part of the equation, right? How you going to tell me I can't withdraw from your school and enroll at another school? Give me my damn transcripts. How you going to tell me that, even if I don't accept any more NIL money? We'll talk about that a little bit later. The core of the dispute, Duke alleges Mensah breached a multi-year NIL contract signed in July 2025. It was set to run through December 31st, 2026, roughly 11 months from now. Exclusive rights allegations. The contract reportedly gave Duke exclusive rights to Mensah's NIL regarding higher education and football. The student thing is still getting real funny with me. The Miami rumor. The legal complaint refers to media reports that Mensah was offered a $10 million buyout deal to transfer to Miami. Doesn't this sound familiar, Jalen? Remember the Xavier Lucas situation where he wasn't allowed to go on a portal by Wisconsin, withdraws, and a day later he ends up in Coral Gables. There's more. I just want to give everybody the story. The arbitration intervention. Judge O, I ain't gonna mess your name, Judge. So Judge O is what we gonna call him, justified the court's intervention because an active arbitrator had not yet been assigned to the case, and the transfer would be difficult to unwind through later arbitration. Note, the judge's wife is a professor at Duke. It's getting real interesting. Judicial conflict of interest. Judge O will not preside over the February 2nd hearing because it was revealed that his wife is a Duke employee. Judge Edwin G. Wilson Jr. will take over the case. I promise you this will probably end up at the Supreme Court level. So potential outcome settlement, Duke could offer Mensah more money to stay, or Mensah could pay a financial settlement to buy out his contract and leave. And then February 2nd is kind of after school starts. You work at a university. You know how this works, Jalen. I will put this out there. And I said this to Nino because he was like, well, it looks like Duke's going to win his case. February 2nd is after the semester starts. I said, that's true. He continue to go to classes. He don't got to participate in the football or anything. Mm-hmm. He can successfully hold out, wait till the beginning of fall camp, which is, before the fall semester starts, and then go to wherever he wants to go, because this thing probably will go all the way up to Supreme Court. The only thing that I fear is in North Carolina, he won't win this case unless it ends up in Chapel Hill territory and they say, F you, Duke. We're going to let this kid go where he wants. So that was a lot to unpack there. I know we want to discuss this. You and I both are nerds for editorial pieces. So talk to me. How do you feel about this?
I'm not mad at Duke. Mm-hmm. I feel like, you sign a contract. Now somebody's trying to poach you away by tampering. Miami.
Right. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to interrupt you slightly. I'm going to ask you to talk about what you talked about with me over the phone yesterday about what you and Steve talked about, because that was so important. Yeah. I almost mentioned it, but I didn't want to steal your thunder, so talk to me.
How we thought NIL was supposed to be like a actual brand deal, we thinking, oh yeah, they finna be commercials with these singers. You finna have this taco. Remember the basketball player for Wisconsin? Probably now you probably don't remember Johnny Davis.
I do remember Johnny Davis.
Remember he had a Taco Bell commercial before he got drafted.
That's crazy. What was the point guard name that transferred to Michigan from North Carolina? Elliot Cadeau?
Elliot Cadeau, yeah.
Yeah, he was in like the NCAA. You remember that? Like the NCAA commercial.
Yeah.
Before March Madness, he was in the commercial. Mm-hmm. And he's compensated like that. So a legitimate NIL.
I thought it was going to be like that. I remember Bryce Young when the NIL first started. Bryce Young had like a deal with like Dr. Pepper, or he also signed like a Nike deal or something like that. That's kind of how we thought, because we remember those hypothetical discussions. We were like, man, if NIL was around, who make the most money?
Right. We had that discussion.
Yeah.
Man. We agreed it was Johnny Manziel or Tim Tebow, right?
Yeah, as far as football go, basketball, if LeBron went to college, that man might have got offered like $1 billion in college.
He would have never went pro, bro.
Because we thought, hey, man, Nike would have tossed this type of money at it. Like, these corporations would have tossed this type of money.
Right.
We didn't think these schools would have just said, hey, we had just pay you. We you know what? Just be a professional player at this point. Like, right. we didn't think it was gonna be like, hey, we actually into the portal, we had paid $10 million. We thought it was, and then like the NIL package. Well, I thought the NIL package was going to be hey, we'll set you up with these local businesses, or with these certain, depending on the type of status of player you are. If you're a Darian Mensah, we'll put you on with these businesses like Dr. Pepper, like a Toyota, and we'll set you up with other local places, and that's going to be an NIL package. We'll see what type of money they all can offer you, and that's going to be an NIL package. But at the same time, I guess your name, image, and likeness is also just going on the field. So they are paying you to play, but that's what we thought NIL was going to be initially. All right. As far as me and Steve, some people maybe had the other idea, but
I think that was such an outstanding take, an outstanding look at things, because now the cat's kind of out of the bag now. Yeah. So we're thinking this entire time, and this is what President Trump says. He don't want anybody hiding behind some type of paywall here. You need to be legitimate NIL entities. Well, if these legitimate NIL entities are hiding behind a paywall, a la Duke, a la UNC, a la Syracuse or Clemson, it's pay for play, right? And we knew we was in the era of pay for play, but like we thought it was going to be legitimate NIL entities. But I don't see any. I can't name one legitimate NIL entity. I just can't. because it looks like these schools are playing the players as they always did. It was just a little bit different back in the day before this thing was allowed. So how do you think this thing will end? Now that you kind of gave me your perspective, outstanding take about the NIL thing. So I thought that is important, that and it need to be said, because now the cat's out of the bag. That okay, these schools are playing these players.
Yeah.
But talk to me about that.
So Mensah's going to end up going in the portal. Don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how it makes sense if he could transfer to Miami in the middle of the semester. Because I don't really think that's like possible. But you know, I mean, I was gonna say, because you know, usually when like players commit and they want to play early, like, you know, they're forgoing their last semester in high school, or they gonna join a team in January when the new semester starts,
right?
Because they can't play on the old, because they can't play on the team right in December because the semester is still going on.
Let me ask you this: so you know how like the first week and a half of school, or is the first week of school, you have the ability to drop a course?
Yeah.
How does that work? Can you pick up a course?
You can.
Within the first week of school?
You can.
I wonder what's Miami's start date for school.
Oh, it's probably already started. If it's almost end of January. Most
schools are started. Yeah, I remember the school I went to, it was always like around January 25th, 26th. That's when we started.
Yeah, like my friend, I know you know who I'm talking to. You probably know who I'm talking about, you know. She has struggled with like scheduling and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, I gave out the possibility. I was like, you know, could go to a different school. The only problem is most schools have started now, and if they don't start, they start in like a week or two. And the problem is getting a scholarship to pay for this, that, and the third. Like, so, like, yeah. And I did tell that person, I was like, well, you know, after the summer, you can go to a different school, take those online classes, because the school you go to right now don't offer too many online classes. Yeah, so that's cool. That's basically what Mensah might have to do. He might just have to be like, might have to bite the bullet, might not have too much time to learn the playbook.
How close is he to graduation?
I have no clue, actually. I was wondering the same thing, because I was like,
because he could miss a semester, couldn't he?
He could. I mean, sure, you can go to the NFL now and still be back in college at this point.
Speaking of which, and yo, you're such a segue god. Did you see what Jake Fromm said? He said, hey, I got another year eligibility. He said, as long as somebody have the lawyers to pay for it, you know, I'm willing to come back to college for another year, bro.
Well, I saw somebody say that Kofi has another year eligibility. I was like, you know, I wouldn't even mind having him be back on his Illinois team. Kofi. It was like, he has another year eligibility.
The one who lied about his last name?
he over there averaging like a day near double in Japan. You know, I can imagine what he's going to do.
So he hasn't played in NBA?
Nah. He has played the summer league, you know.
Come on down to the Price is Right. If this is what we're allowing, yeah, so this is really interesting to me. I think Darian Mensah wins this case only because you have the student part of it. Now, at some point, I think we move to collective bargaining agreement, and I talked about this last offseason. Well, the word we're not supposed to use. But you don't think we need CBA at the collegiate level where there are grounds that both the universities and the coaches, athletic directors, general managers, whoever, you know, have these meetings with these student athletes to kind of find some middle ground? Because I will say this, Jalen, I do believe that going to one portal was a huge win for college football, but there's still some semantics we got to take care of. So do you think that college football needs to go the CBA route so we don't get this situation? Because this just happened a few weeks ago. Like, you know, we're talking about Mensah now, but, you know, a couple of weeks ago it was Damon Williams, you know, Junior trying to leave to go play with Lane Kiffin. So how do you feel about the ideology of a CBA?
I like it. I was just looking up Miami's schedule.
Oh, you're a genius. What is it? They started already?
Yeah, they started like January 12th, I think.
Okay. So how are they gonna get up this late?
Yeah.
It's a lot of funky stuff going on, bro. I wonder if he's already enrolled there.
Yep, classes begin January 12th on Monday. Last day to drop the course was January. The last day to drop the course is January 28th.
So it's still got 6 days, but that's before the arbitration.
Yep. Last day to make a change to credit only designation is January 28th. It seemed like all like the last day, the last day for registration and to add a course is January 21st. So
Have
it was
speaking
yesterday.
of which, have you ever dropped a course?
Oh, I did. I got dropped
What
from a
course was it?
course. It was during COVID. I wasn't waking up for class. It was
Okay.
statistics.
I dropped a course before. I'll tell you what courses it was. So I took Spanish all through high school. So Spanish 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
right? But in the beginning, you get rusty. So the beginning, like the first couple of weeks of school, the teacher talks in English, right? And then we
Mm-hmm.
slowly progress to only talking in Spanish. But it's simple stuff like, you know what I'm saying?
Muy bien.
Yeah,
Come on,
¿cuántos
stars.
años? Yeah, ¿cómo estás? Así, or, you know what I'm saying? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Or, you know, de dónde eres? Like, all of that simple stuff, right? I
Mm-hmm.
walked into this Spanish class, and she just... I said, man, what is she saying? The whole class started laughing. I'm like, you not gonna talk in English at all? She said, no. I said, I'm gone, bro. I dropped that class ASAP, dog. Yeah, I swear, dog. Like, nah, bro, we not about to do this, yo. So,
Yeah, nah, I can't do this.
nah,
Well, I need
nah.
to know at least some of what you're saying.
Yeah, bro. Like, you can't speak Spanglish, bro. Like, something help me out, bro. So, I'm with you though. I do believe that Darian Mensah does win this one some way, somehow, some shape, some form, and he ends up in the 305 next year
Yeah.
in the ACC. Which will be beautiful. So I'm interested to see how that goes. And last but certainly not least, we're gonna talk about this On3 Way Too Early top 25. And On3 is slick. I will say that, and I'm gonna tell you why they slick. They just did another one after the
Oh,
national
they
championship.
got
This
the
is
feedback from the first one.
yeah. So
And it was a
this is
lot
the
of
first one. Yeah,
backlash.
we're not doing that. The first one you put out is the one we're gonna rock with. So Ohio State at number 1. I'm
I
just gonna
guess,
read
yeah.
through it. Yeah, Georgia at 2, Texas at 3, Notre Dame at 4, Indiana at 5. The disrespect. Oregon at 6, Texas Tech at 7, A&M at 8, Miami at 9. A little too rich for my liking. Oklahoma at 10, Michigan at 11. Love Cal Whittingham. A little too rich for my liking. LSU at 12, BYU at 13, Penn State at 14. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Ole Miss at 15, Utah at 16, Alabama at 17.
I didn't even peep that.
Huh?
I said I didn't even peep that. That probably got to be like the lowest they've started since
Dude,
they started winning national championships under
the
Nick Saban.
disrespect, bro. Washington at 18, SC at 19, Tennessee at 20, Iowa at 21, Houston at 22. I'm buying a lot of Houston stock. You know this. 23, Virginia Tech. I'm buying a lot of Virginia Tech stock. You know this. 24, Florida. Get the fuck out of here. That should not be in the top 25, dog. Like, go somewhere with that. Arizona had a really good under the radar season this year. They do get their quarterback back in Noah Fafita, who looked like the freshman Noah Fafita this past season.
That's
So,
what he was entering the draft.
who?
Fafita.
He's entering the draft?
No, I thought maybe because me and Steve was talking the other night, and I was like, he mentioned Fafita. I was like, we was talking about quarterbacks who would take over. It was somebody. That,
Was it
I
Tyler
forget who
Shuck?
it was. It was Tyler Shuck. It was somebody in the class, this class.
Ty Simpson?
I want Ty Simpson. It was some. I don't remember who it was.
Diego Pavia?
Yeah, it was Pavia. It was
Okay.
Pavia.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, because he was like, man, ain't no Fafita in this class. He was like, I think no Fafita over Pavia.
Yeah, y'all are hilarious. They're the same height, so that cancels each other out. So talk to me. Tell me something you like before we rip this thing apart.
Iowa being ranked in the top 25. That was nice.
I like that. I like that. Kirk Ferentz, he always does it.
Michigan being ranked that high, for the most part. I think Kyle Whittingham is going to have them right by the time the season comes along.
Okay.
Who's that between Tennessee and Washington? That's South Carolina?
Between Tennessee and Washington?
Yeah.
No, that's Southern Cal.
Oh,
USC.
okay. I don't know.
You know I'm agreeing with that. Malachi Lemon is coming back. I'm cool with that.
Okay. I like the Texas Tech one.
Yeah, I'm cool with Texas Tech being
Yeah.
7th.
I like A&M.
Me too.
Don't agree with Utah.
Utah's at. So you think there'll be some?
I think they'll be a little lower.
Okay. Okay. I think that's fair. I agree with you there.
Um,
Why is
oh,
Bama at 17, bro? Like, talk to me, bro. Like, they act like they ain't make the playoff this year. They act like they weren't a game out
well,
of the
the
playoff
last
or something
impression we
like that.
have of them is getting dog walked by Indiana.
Yeah, by the team who won the national championship. Like,
Yeah, but it's just in the fashion that it happened. Like 38-3, right? Wasn't that the score?
yeah, you're right. All right, Alabama and Utah play head to head right now. Who winning?
That's a real question too.
All right. Now I'm gonna tell you what I hate. Why is Penn State ranked, bro?
Oh, I forgot about Penn State.
Like, why are they ranked? They're 14, but I understand they got a lot
I
of
feel like
players.
Penn State is just gonna be East Coast Iowa State, but that's just
Yeah, they got a lot of players from Iowa State, and this is we huge Rocco back fans
another
here.
non-explosive Penn State team.
Yeah,
Can't say I've never seen that before.
yeah. I don't know. BYU, can they do it 3 years in a row? I'm starting to lose faith in BYU.
I think they can.
Okay.
I think they're coached well enough too.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like the Big 12 is so sporadic with how good their teams are year to year that they can definitely like have a chance to be playoff contenders in back
Question:
years
Is
or 3 years.
Darian Price coming back to South Bend?
No, I think he entered the draft.
All right. So why the hell is Notre Dame fourth? I understand they got your guy. You know what I'm saying? Before you clap back, I understand they got your guy.
My bad. CJ Carr, not CJ man. Yeah, CJ Carr.
Yeah. CJ Carr. Yeah.
Oh.
So why are they so rated so high?
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like that's the big reason why. I feel like the defense is going to be better next year.
All right.
I mean, it's hard. The defense wasn't really that good this year, so it's hard to be worse.
Yeah. So Chris Ash and company have no choice but to get better next year. I'm with you. I'm with you there. That was funny. I see what you did there.
You heard me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah. The wideouts kind of look. I don't trust the wideouts. From what I hear, the running back room is supposed to be good next year, even though they lost Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price.
Right.
People say the running back room is supposed to be good. I don't know.
It's not difficult to pitch coming to run the rock at Notre Dame.
But Notre Dame number 4, I thought was crazy. I think Texas at number 3 is crazy.
Whoa! What you mean Texas at 3 is crazy, bro?
Casey, when they stink it up in the first couple weeks against tough competition.
Okay. So Indiana should be number 1. We both agree there?
Yeah.
All right. So Indiana's 1. Who's 2 in your book? Does Georgia State 2 in your book?
Yeah.
I do like their roster. I have no qualms with that. Who's 3 in your book? Ohio State?
I don't know if I trust Ohio State.
I don't trust Ohio State.
Yeah. I'd move Oregon up over Ohio State, but that's just a me thing.
Is Oregon better than Texas? Pure roster construction.
Pure roster construction?
Yeah, pure roster construction. And granted, roster construction got me killed last year a little bit. with Penn State and Clemson. Okay. Oregon deserves to be in the top 5, right? So if you could take a team out of the top 5, who would it be? Would it be Texas or Notre Dame for you?
I take Notre Dame out before I take Texas.
Okay. So,
but it's not because of quarterbacks, just to let you know.
Okay, I got you. I'm with you there. So we think it would be Indiana 1, Georgia 2, and then maybe Oregon 3 for you?
Yeah.
All right. So for me, Bama's a top 10 team.
Okay.
Bama's absolutely a top 10 team. There's no way they should be 17th.
I'm not falling to the whole DeBoer trap.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair. I do tell you what I do love. Tennessee at 20. I think if there was a team I would swap with the team in Gainesville, it's a team down there in Auburn. I really believe that Alex Golish will get Auburn to have more success instantly than John Summerall will be able to do in Gainesville. I truly do believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that 100%. And Virginia, I love the Virginia Tech pick. I'm going to start talking crazy again. I think Tech wins the ACC this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where that happens. The ACC is kind of wide open. I wonder. I did think I was like, when's the last time Clemson wasn't ranked in the top 25?
Wow, that's a great. That's
Like
a
to
great
start
catch.
the season.
Yeah, that's a great catch. They'll be ranked though.
No, they won't.
You don't think so?
No, the way they ended last year, nah.
Well, Dabo did get active in the portal though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like
he lost a lot of pieces. He lost a lot of pieces.
And with voters, he the last impression we have of Clemson, at least to some people, to me for sure, was y'all sticking up the joint at like 3-5 or something like that.
Yeah,
they were like 3-5, 3-4.
Penn State beat the dog crap out of them in that bowl game too. So.
Yeah, they made it to a bowl game, but the last impression was not too great. And
I'm with you there.
Dabo has looked like he lost not one step, but about 2, maybe 3 steps.
Give me a G5 team that you're looking at that's just on the outside. I think Vandy's still gonna be good next year too. That's another thing I wanted to mention.
I really do believe Memphis next year.
I like who they selected that coach. They did lose a lot though.
Yeah, and including their future quarterback in Antoine Hill.
Yeah, so that one's interesting. I think Boise State's gonna be really good next year.
They're always good.
Yeah, they will be. Trying to figure out who wins that Pac-12 will be interesting, I think. And maybe the winner of the Pac-12 wins it all. San Diego State, I think, will be nice next year as well. It'll be interesting. JMU will be there. How you feeling about UCLA next year with Bob Chesney? They still got Nico at quarterback. Who's Tennessee quarterback next year? Is it Aguilar?
No, I think it's George McIntyre.
Is it McIntyre? Yeah, that's right. Because what was it? Jake Merklinger, he left, right?
I'm pretty sure. I saw Tennessee fans post something about like quarterback room. It was George McIntyre and then somebody else.
Wow.
So it made me think Aguilar was not coming back.
I think Aguilar should be done. He's been in college for a while now.
For some reason, every time somebody says Aguilar, I think of Nelson Aguilar.
That's funny.
And I think of that guy that did the interview.
Yeah, he was a senior, so he got to go pro. He had a good season though, but that offense is not difficult to have success in. So you got any videos coming out this year?
No, not really. But I want to touch on UCLA. UCLA is one of the teams I'm kind of you got to wait to see what happens. UCLA has not been a football school for a while. So
how you feel about Illinois next year?
I have my questions. We haven't replaced the talent with the defensive line. Okay. We haven't replaced that like crazy great. We lost a few pieces. We got some SES players and everything, but you want to see like some Power 5 players from another team that has some really at least okay production coming to your school at least. I mean, some SES players are talented, but I feel like sometimes we get players in the Brett era. We've gotten players that are just there for depth pieces, just in case somebody gets hurt. We can trust these players whenever we do face those problems at certain positions for depth. But trust our wide receivers, trust our quarterback, offensive line kinda, but defense is still a question. Defensive coordinator, I'm not a fan of. Secondary supposed to be good. Secondary supposed to be good, although it was cooked food last year, so it makes me believe, everybody come back in the secondary is supposed to be good. No.
That's funny, bro. So I think we might have just lost Jalen. So I always like to say there's no more victories in the sport that survive for the fastest. Why college football has the greatest regular season. Until next time, we'll see y'all next Thursday. Y'all take care.